Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new, and welcome to my February reset. So today we are going to be cleaning, budgeting, going over my book reviews, my favorite products, my expenses, my goals, everything from January, and getting us ready for the new month. I'm sorry, I am a tad sick. I have like a cold or something going on. So if I sound a little bit nasally, I'm sorry. I also filmed this first part of the video yesterday, as you'll see. So the lighting is a little bit different. It was like a very gloomy day. Since I'm kind of sick, I do not have the energy to refilm what I filmed yesterday. So I hope you can understand and bear with me. And I'm just trying to get this up for you guys before February. This is also actually a really exciting reset because I have something for you guys. It is a digital worksheet that you guys can use to reset for your own months. So this is a new launch for my business, Shop Dream Daily. If you don't know, we're a stationery company for driven young women. We love just to create tools and products that help you to succeed, be productive, feel your best. And I know many of you guys like to do these monthly resets on your own, whether you do them for TikTok, for YouTube, or just along with your favorite creators. So I created this little worksheet that's going to be for sale on my website, just $3 to download. You can use it on your tablets. You can print them out if you want. And it basically just walks you through what we're going to be going through in this video. And there's also a second worksheet that's a monthly book tracker where you can track the books you read each month, give them a rating, any notes, keep it for yourself, share it with friends. So I'll get more into that when I do my monthly book review. But yeah, I'm excited to use these worksheets with you guys as we go through our monthly reset together.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, won't see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave.
All right, so we're sitting down at my table here in my office, which is so surreal. Like I said, this is just temporary. I probably won't film very many videos here in this office, but we're gonna start out with my January reflection and go over which goals I set, which ones I feel like I accomplished. So the first goal I set in January was to do the New Year series with the content I did right at the start of the new year, which that was an easy check to get done right at the beginning of the year. And then my other goal was to have a smooth start for my intern, which I am feeling like is happening. She's worked for 2 full weeks now, so I feel like that's slowly coming through and I'm really excited. If you guys want to see kind of more about the office, more about the intern, Caroline, she's amazing. Check out the Week in the Life video that I recently posted because that was like the first week that everything was happening kind of. I wanted to have a consistent workout routine of working out 4 times a week. I stuck to this some weeks. You'll see in my habit tracker here in a second. I would say I worked out more like 3 times a week, which is still pretty consistent. It just wasn't at that number 4. And then I wanted to start learning Spanish, which I did majority of the nights in January once I started. Again, you'll see it on my habit tracker, but I did my little Duolingo for right now, Duolingo before bed. It's working. So actually, I feel like my January goals, I did a really good job of getting through, which kind of leads into my January just reflection in general, like highs and lows. Usually January is my least favorite month of the year. Like ever since I can remember back in high school or maybe earlier, like I just was never a fan of January. We have really not bad weather. It's not like a lot of snow, but it's just very rainy and cold and gray here in Tennessee. And there's just usually nothing exciting really happening. And I don't know, it's just usually the month I feel the most down. However, guys, this month was so good. It was the best month I've had in a while. Feeling good about doing my daily habits. I was waking up earlier like I wanted to. And then my intern started and I felt really legit. And then this office all kind of came into play when I wasn't expecting it. And like having an office has been a dream of mine for quite a while. So being able to have that and have this space and have this goal of mine that I've had for years come true all in this month. It's just been like the best start to the year I could have asked for. And honestly, I don't know how, I just have felt really motivated. I've been cooking more at home, eating healthier. Like it's just been a really good month. So like overall, like January on a scale of 1 to 10, like I would rate the month a 9. Like I was shook just of how good of a month it was. Because like I said, it's normally my least favorite month. So the big high from this past month was getting an office. Of course, like I said, that's like a very big goal I've had on my vision board for years, and especially this year. I didn't think it was going to happen in January by any means. I was expecting it more towards the end of the year. But if I had to come up with a low, I think I want to talk about this more in like a business specific video, but having the office and having Caroline intern for me and just like feeling a lot of pressure now, not too much that I can't handle, but it was just like a big decision financially to add on, you know, another expense in my business. And I was feeling all kinds of imposter syndrome, which I normally wouldn't feel. I know people talk about imposter syndrome a lot. That's something that I actually feel like I don't feel often, but I was definitely feeling it this month with all of these new changes. It was just a lot of change all at once, which I needed because I was kind of in that slump last year. And I'm also trying to have a better mindset. I cannot speak in right. A better mindset around money and just having more of an abundance mindset. Because I was kind of seeing myself get worried now with like all these added pressures. Okay, so now let's go into the goals that I'm setting for this month on the worksheet. Oh, I forgot to write the month. February, Valentine's Day. On the worksheet, there's a spot for 5 goals. I find that usually I like to do like more like 3 monthly goals, depending on how big they are. I want to start ballet classes. That's something I've been wanting to do this quarter. And I feel like February, this will be a good month to do it. And if I just do 1 class this month, just like getting in the studio and just trying it, I think will be fun. Continue the habit, but like really make it a thing of no eating out Monday through Thursday, basically. Sometimes Monday through Friday. Really, like the only time I've been eating out is on weekends, usually with friends or with my boyfriend, and I feel like that's a really great way of me to be good about cooking for myself and saving money. Business goals, we're launching digital products. Yay, I'm so excited. In 2 weeks, we'll be launching 2 new digital products, then hopefully 2 weeks after that, we'll be launching another round. So these first digital products, like I said, are out now. And then also I want to order new journal samples. We're gonna get some new colors. And then of course, okay, maybe I will be doing 5 goals. I wanna decorate the office and finish decorating it, finish getting it all set up, film a video about decorating it, all of that kind of stuff. So that is it for my January reflection, January goal reflection, and then my February goal setting. Now let's get into looking over the expenses I had in January and setting a budget for February. So I'm using the budgeting page in the Dream Achieve workbook. So I don't mention this in my total, but I do want to let you guys know I pay my own utilities, rent, car payments, these types of things. So my utilities and rent is $2,100. I pay around $330 for my monthly car payment. So that's where I spend money. That's not like the variable month to month things. Transportation, I budgeted $40. I thought I was only gonna have to fill up with gas once. I ended up having to fill up twice, and I took an Uber, so my transportation total turned out to be $66. Eating out, oh gosh, I really under budgeted here. I said I wanted to spend $130. Went out a few times because we had, like over the course of the month, I had like 3 friends visit that I normally don't get to see. So of course we're going out to eat with them. It was a friend's birthday. And then this also includes drinks. I went out with my girlfriends one night, hence the Uber. So drinks in Nashville are expensive as well. So I budgeted $130. I spent $240. So $110 over budget. Groceries, because I was trying not to eat out a ton, even though that didn't happen. I knew I was gonna be spending a lot on groceries, and I did. I budgeted $350 and I spent $328. So I guess, ate a lot this month. For personal, I didn't get my nails or my eyebrows done. I did get my hair cut though, just cut. And with that cost plus tip was $98. And then entertainment, I budgeted $50. I ended up going to see Avatar at the beginning of the month. So I bought mine and my brother's movie ticket, and I also went to a comedy show mid-month. So both those things together came out to be $67. And then I had a few other items. I bought a gift and some things from Home Depot, which turned out to be $31. So I did have an other category. All right, let me tally these things up. Again, not including the rent or other expenses. Okay, so I budgeted $720 and I ended up spending $830, about $110 over budget. If I could have just cut back on my eating out, that would have worked, but I really feel like I couldn't have because it was for other people as well. At least, you know, I'll tell myself that. Real quick though, on the digital worksheet, there's a place to kind of reflect on your budgeting. So I'm gonna do that. It basically just asks you from the previous month, were you over budget or under budget? I was over budget. And then also, what did you put money towards? So I did put money towards my car loan payoff. I didn't put money into savings, so we won't do that one. But I did do investments. And then I also do donations as well, which I forgot to mention, but yeah. So I didn't want to put any kind of budgeting template in the worksheet because everyone does it differently. I do it in my planner. A lot of people do it on Excel or Google spreadsheets. Some people do it totally different ways. So this is just kind of a way for you to reflect on your budget and kind of just at a glance be like, okay, did I spend over or under? And am I putting my money to good use, AKA debt payoff, savings, retirement, things like that. So also you guys can see here, I've been tracking my habits and I've been really loving that. I got to figure out what habits I want for February. I'll mention it in a vlog because I haven't decided yet, but this has been super fun and holding me really accountable to waking up earlier, working out, and learning Spanish. And it just looks so cute as well, which we love. All right, let's flip over to the next month and think about what we want to spend in February. For transportation, I am driving home once, so I'm gonna say $60, kind of what I spent this month. Eating out, we're gonna do $175. Groceries, again, I think it's gonna be high if I'm eating at home a lot, but February is a short month, so I'll say $300. Personal, I'm gonna try to actually keep this down, not do, besides my eyebrows, like not get anything done. I'll say $50. Entertainment, what am I doing this month? I am going on a quick trip to Florida, but that's with my family. We'll say $50 again in case we wanna see a movie or something. And then I'll do other, which will be like Valentine's Day things for my boyfriend and whatnot. We'll say $100. It's gonna be a low budget. Let's calculate what I wanna spend in February. Okay, total expenses, $735. I am gonna be conscious of my money because I've been having so many business expenses. I'm trying to keep my personal spending much lower. Now let's do some cleaning and get on with this video. Apartment with Q-tips to get like hard to reach spaces, and it's disgusting. Under your sink faucet, like literally just every crevice. Beware. Do it at your own risk because it's pretty gross. All right, so now it is time to go over my book reviews of the month. I ended up reading 5 books this month, which is more than I normally do. I was just on my reading grind. I think getting the Kindle was a huge part of that. And 2 out of the 5 I had started reading in December, so that kind of helps too. This actually isn't on the monthly reset worksheet because I figured if you're a reader, you're gonna need a whole separate worksheet. So we actually have a monthly book tracker worksheet to buy now as well. Each month you can tally like how many books you've read for the year. So see, I wrote down 5 out of 40. And then you just write the book title, the author, the amount of pages, any notes or quotes you want to remember about it, and then a rating. I think this is super fun if you keep track of your reading for book talk or your own YouTube channel or just with your friends for your book club. This is a great way to kind of keep track of them all because we all know the Goodreads interface is kind of annoying sometimes. So you can have it all right here digitally, or again, you can print these out. Let's get started with the first book that I finished for the month, which was Heir of Fire. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this because I talked about it in my January reset because I had started reading it and mostly read it in December. This is a longer book. It's by Sarah J. Maas. And I rated it 4 out of 5 stars because I love Sarah J. Maas. I love the main character in this Throne of Glass series. This is the 3rd book, I'm pretty sure. And it was a bit long, and I feel like just a lot of her books are very slow starting. But towards the end, I fell in love with the new characters that were introduced, and I feel like, okay, the series is picking up. I'm really excited to start reading the 4th, which I started last night, actually. I feel like I'm really invested in the characters now. I said it was very action-packed, but it needed a little bit more romance. Like there's romance throughout this whole series, but not as much as ACOTAR. It's also very PG romance. Next book I read was Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. This was a longer, just like rom-com-y type book. I liked it a lot more than I thought. It kind of just happened coincidentally. I wanted an easy read in between my Throne of Glass books, and I just randomly downloaded this one. I think it was like in the Kindle store for free or the Amazon Prime store for free. I was just like, yeah, let me download it. Let me just start reading it. The main character, the lead, she's different than a typical main character that I would read about. She's nothing like me. Like, she's a neuroscientist. She has purple hair, super like sciencey, and that was always my least favorite subject in school. But I liked that it was a different setting. Like, they worked in a science lab and they worked on this project for astronauts, like just something totally different than my realm of what I do. So it was cool to read about that. And I really liked the romance aspect in it. It was just a cute read that actually I gave 4 stars, which I wasn't expecting to, but I really, really enjoyed it. So the next book I read was a physical book because my friend lent it to me. Again, in the Throne of Glass series. I'm trugging through this series, guys, so sorry you gotta keep hearing about it if you don't care. The Assassin's Blade, this is actually a prequel to the series. So I read book 3 and then I read the prequel, and now I'm reading book 4. I didn't really want to read this book because I was just getting into the series. I was like, okay, I'm ready for book 4, but all my friends said to read it. I am glad I started reading it before book 4. It takes our main character, Selena, and tells about the story of her upbringing as an assassin. It's also like 4 short stories, which I kind of liked. It made it a lot easier to read because otherwise, if it was just one long story, like I feel like it'd get kind of boring, but there are 4 short stories that build off of each other. The thing is though, is if you don't read this first, you know what's going to happen because it's mentioned in the previous books. And so it was like heart-wrenching to read because I knew the big spoiler what was going to happen. And it wasn't one that like I couldn't put down. Like, it was interesting, and I'm glad that I read it because I learned more about her development and other main characters' developments. But I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to read tonight. It was like, okay, yeah, I need to get through this book. All right, so then if you watch my vlog, you'll see that I got It Starts With Us on my iPad from my library. So I was able to finish this book. I started reading it in December. I thought this was a super cute sequel. I was really happy with it. It had some deeper moments, some depth, but it was way more lighthearted than the first book, which I appreciated. I rated it like 3.5 stars because I love the way it ended. I loved the book. It was cute. It kept me engaged. But guys, let me know your thoughts on Atlas. Love him, obviously. I just think he has 0 flaws. Like, Colleen wrote him with 0 flaws, and I feel like he's a bit unrealistic. I wish he had a little bit more, like, he just is perfect. Like, everything he does is perfect personality. He takes care of Lily perfectly. And so you obviously love him, but I'm just like, it doesn't make him seem like a real person to me, because he has zero character flaws, at least that I could tell. If you could find a character flaw with him, let me know, but obviously you love him because he's perfect. All right, and then my 5th book that I read was actually a nonfiction. So I read Life Path by Pael Kadakia. It says, drop your limits, rise to your potential. She is the founder of ClassPass, which I actually used ClassPass this morning. I love ClassPass. So I was really interested to read her book. I knew a lot of her story already. I actually heard her do a speech at my college 4 or 5 years ago. I thought it was an inspiring book. I finished it, I enjoyed it. It has a lot about goal setting as well, but her strategy for goal setting, which is the whole end of the book, is actually very similar to what I share about, doing quarterly goal setting and things like that. I rated it a 3-star just because I had higher hopes for it. I wanted to love it because I really do love her, but I don't know, I just feel like it was kind of surface level. She talked about her upbringing, the duality of her being Indian and loving dance and Bollywood, and that being a huge passion of hers, and then also having this masculine business persona and loving startups and entrepreneurship. So I loved reading about that, but I don't know, I wish she would have given a little bit more insight that's not just surface level of how she actually started ClassPass, was able to do it all. She's now a mother. I was just looking for a little bit more. It kind of felt like I was reading just a long interview or a podcast. So here's kind of what I was talking about. She says, I never wanted to be boxed in again. I'm a dancer and I'm a business person. I'm short and I'm powerful. I'm Indian and I'm American, and so on. I really liked this one. She had a whole financial section, which I did think was helpful. And she had the quote, I don't work for money, money works for me. Pursuing my vision will require being a leader, but if that feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable, consider any type of situation in which you have worked with and overseen other people, in a committee, a school group, or even during a family vacation. Another skill that is not commonly thought of as a skill is the ability to execute. So as you can see, she kind of mixes her personal life and her story in with business advice. It was good, just not groundbreaking. Everyone has to read this. So those were my reviews and ratings of the 5 books I read in January. I also just really got into finding book YouTubers and watching book recommendation videos, adding things to my want to read list, and so on. So I'm really excited for February and just the rest of this year. And I love that you guys want to follow me on Goodreads. You guys like hearing my book reviews, because I'm definitely not a professional at this. I literally just started doing this, and I really just started reading more fiction in 2022. So I'm excited for this year and to continue my reading journey. And let me know down below if you read any of these books and your thoughts on them. And if you're a reader like me and you want a place to keep track of your book reviews for yourself or to share, you can go get the monthly book tracker worksheet now, which is super cool. All right, as per usual, we're gonna finish out the monthly reset with my favorite products from the past month. I only have a few to share with you guys. My first favorite, very basic, but the UGG Ultra Minis. I originally wanted these in brown, in the chestnut color, and then they were completely out of them. So for Christmas, I got black, and I actually really have been liking the black. I've been doing all black fits, kind of like I'm wearing right now. And I just feel like it looks very chic. It's yeah, you have the comfort, you're wearing Uggs, but it's not in your face Uggs. So I feel like I'll get longer use out of them, even if and when they go out of style. So I love them. Of course, they're so comfortable. It's my first pair of Uggs, and they lived up to the hype. It's one that my boyfriend got me for Christmas. It is the Crown Affair leave-in conditioner. I found out about Crown Affair through actually a podcast with the founder, and then I stalked them on social and fell in love with their branding, and their whole thing with hair care is to take your time. That's their slogan, is to go slow and really take care of it, and you can take your time. It's a form of self-care. They're sold at Sephora, and I wanted one of their products to try out. I want to try more, but this is the leave-in conditioner. I put it in this whole month every time after I shower, before I blow dry my hair. Used it today, and I just felt like my hair was getting very dry from the heat and the cold winter months, so I needed something to put some moisture back in, and this has been doing the trick so far. Like I said, I've used it every time I shower, and I've only used this much after a month. So even though it is a little bit pricier than a drugstore product, I feel like it's gonna last me a while. I didn't write this down, but actually this little microphone, lapel mic, has been super fun to use in my videos and in my TikToks. I can plug it into my phone because I just have the adapter. And so I think it was $40 on Amazon, but I'll link it below too. I feel like it has leveled up my videos a little bit. Let me know what you guys think of the quality of sound. Then lastly is actually my iPad, because through designing and drawing these digital designs for you guys who use your iPad regularly, I started using my iPad more and was like, why did I stop? So I have an older one. This is from 2019. I got it. I don't even know what generation it is, but a much older one. It even has the home button, which I know the newer iPads do not have at all, but it still works great. It's the space gray color. And then I just use the GoodNotes app for these worksheets that come in PDFs. So if you're wondering what app I recommend to use them with, I just like GoodNotes, which I got for college anyway. And the other main app I use on here is Procreate. And I've been creating a ton of mood boards for different photo shoots. And even like this is the one I made for my office, which is really fun. So, and then of course I just use like the YouTube app, Hulu. Like I love watching shows on here in my bed because I don't like have a TV next to my bed. So I'll also link this one below if you, I think now the price of this one is like $200, so cheaper than the newer ones. This is the first gen Apple Pencil too, so I got the older versions and they still work great, and it's been super fun to bring this back out and kind of play around with it. All right, so that is gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Again, the monthly reset worksheet and monthly book tracker worksheet will be available for purchase. There's $3 each in the description box if you're interested. If you download them and try them out this month, take a photo, tag me on Instagram, or just message me it. Like I would love to see how they're helping you kind of reset for your month. I'm sorry for like the change in lighting and that I have like a nasally voice right now because I'm sick, but I hope you guys still enjoyed this video. I have so much fun making these. I can't wait to make one every month this year, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.